Hello guys, we have come here for learning SketchUp course for 3D modeling. Now what is SketchUp? SketchUp is a 3D modeling software which you can use to convert your plans, drawings into 3D model. 3D model is somewhat a model, just making a model of out of your basic drawing or basic plans. Now SketchUp can be downloaded and I will be explaining it to you how, and it will be helping you in various aspects, and I'll be telling you that in the next slide. Yeah, now who can use SketchUp? SketchUp can be used by architects for converting their plans and drawings into 3D. Now, converting a plan into 3D will give you a basic understanding of how your design is going to look like, right? So this is going to help you to understand how the basic planning is, how it is going to look, how the design is going to turn out to be. And yes, it is definitely going to change your thinking on your design. Now 3D visualizers. 3D visualizers can use the software for converting other designs, something that a person has designed and you have to convert it into 3D, and you can use SketchUp for it. SketchUp is one of the most used 3D modeling softwares ever. It can also be used by interior designers for simply converting their plans into 3D and inserting interiors into it. You can go to any extent to adding details. You can convert your sectional details into 3D and then show it in a presentation to your clients. Model makers, as the name suggests, their work is to making model. Now, how to understand others' design is one of the best things you can do it by making it into a 3D model, and this is what your career is going to be. Now, civil engineers, plumbing engineers, HVAC engineers can also use this software to convert their piping drawings, civil reinforcement drawings, columns, HVAC ducting drawings into 3D model. Just making the complete drawing into 3D is how it will help you to understand how it is going to look into the structure, whether it is going well, whether it is not. Designers, any kind of designer can use this SketchUp software to convert your designs into 3D model. Furniture designers can also use. You can create furniture, you can create anything in SketchUp. It is one of the best 3D softwares for creating. Now I will give you an overview for beginners course. Now, beginners course is a very simple course which will be just giving you a basic understanding of how SketchUp can be used, and you can just understand and start learning on how the basics are going to be. Now, creating workspaces, understanding all the elements in the workspace. This is going to be your first chapter, because when you open a software, you will be completely clueless of what exactly it is. So this is how, here is where I will be explaining it to you what the software is. Knowing about this different basic 3D tools and 2D tools. Yes, you will have 2D tools too in 3D, because you will have to draw the plans to convert it into 3D. You can also draw 2D drawings in SketchUp, so there is no issue in using SketchUp for 2D as well. It will give you a third axis just to understand how it is going to look into 3D, and you can convert it right there and then, instead of taking your AutoCAD drawing and transferring it into SketchUp and then doing it. You can directly start in SketchUp. Learning about different toolbars, editing, views, etc. This is where we start learning. This is where you start understanding what are the details in how you are going to use SketchUp for making models from scratch. Creating basic 3D models, shortcuts on menu, mouse, orbits, etc. These are some different terms which will be coming into use when you use the software. How to save and open files, other basic tools, etc. Learning about different textures, paint buckets, how you can use it, how you can insert it, how you can create your own textures, downloading blocks and using it into your SketchUp, importing and tracing plans, or just instead of drawing, you can transfer your AutoCAD file into SketchUp and then use it directly. Yeah, so that is all for now. In the next chapter, we'll be understanding how to start. Thank you. Hello guys, here I will show you how to download SketchUp. This is what you come to when you open it. Now, when you open this software, you are going to see this. Just a second. Yeah, as you know, let us see how to download it first now. Entering Google, here you can type SketchUp download and you will, or you can type Trimble since it is the main site where you need to download it from. Click on this. Here you can download it. You can enter which reason you're downloading it for and anything. Now, the problem is now you will have to make an account in this site to download this. When you make an account, you will come to this. Here you have an option of 64-bit, 32-bit, and anything. You can download it from here. And welcome when you come here. When it is completely downloaded, on your desktop, you can see these three icons. This is the SketchUp 2017, which is this. Yeah, it is this. Then this is the style builder. This is where you will take your drawings that you're, yeah. This is where you can see your model of SketchUp in and convert and bring it into a submission drawing. Like when you have to put it in a drawing and submit it, you can change it here. You have many things you can do it here. This is called a style builder. And yes, you will need to learn about that too. Then you will also see layout. Here you can take your paper, add your design according to it, make drawings, adding uh, text, making a complete submission project in this layout. In style builder, what you have to do is you have to add 3D textures, whatever in 3D model, how you can add text and anything you want to write it down, you can do it there. And then when you want to make a proper submission drawing, you can do it here. Hello guys, welcome to the first video for learning SketchUp for 3D modeling. Here I'm using the softwares of version 2017, SketchUp Pro 2017. Now, this is the first thing you will be looking at when you click on your downloaded software. This is the first thing. So, one of the main things you need to understand here is choosing the template. Here, when you come here and see the template sign, here you can choose which units you want to work in: feet, inches, meters, uh, simple templates. This in this template, architectural design, just the development, like in the here you can see green and sky background. Here it is a gray background for you just to concentrate on your model. Same in meters, feet, inches, and there are various different kind of templates that you can use. They have their own changes, they have their own options, and you can explore it later. We can explore it later. So here is this. So this is what you come to when you SketchUp or open your SketchUp software. This is a default tray. This will be explaining it to you, or this will just give you a basic tutorial, kind of a tutorial of what you're working on. Now, this mouse is a select tool which you can use, and this is an instructor which will help you to understand. It will, since you are a beginner and using the software for the first time, this will be giving you a basic instruction every time you click on something. Like if you click here on eraser, it gives you what an eraser is, how to use it, if you know how to change it, how to use modifying keys, etc. So the same way, this is a pencil. This can be used to draw a line here like this, like this, and they just give it to you. They just here you can see how it is used. So let's just remove it from here, just to for it, it's taking a lot of space right now. So this is the line tool. As you can see, I have used it to make a drawing. You can make it in any form. This is how you make a drawing. Now this is your workspace. Here is what you will work your model on. And now I'll give you an explanation of what the different elements are there in this workspace. Now this is the axis. This red line acts as an 2D axis. This blue line acts as in 3D axis. This is one of the 2D axes. It's X, Y, Z. You know it definitely. And here, when you draw a rectangle, you will understand. This is the 2D face, and here it comes into 3D. This Z axis provides the 3D to your 2D. Now, this person here, this will always be in your beginning model. This is there just to know what your proportion of drawing is, how to know what your units are, to know how your project is going to look in aspect of human size or human person or the proportion. So if I'm making this rectangle, how it is, how proportionate it is going to look in aspect of a human besides it. Now let us see about what is here on your first page of your workspace. That is, this is the eraser which helps you delete items. This is a tool for making lines which you have seen already. There are two types, a normal line which gives you straight lines like this, and one more option is freehand where you can draw it. This can be used by people who have stylus with them. They can use the stylus pen to draw it directly on your SketchUp. People using SketchUp will all be knowing what a stylus is. Now this is for arcs, circles. Here you can use a normal arc like this. What happens is you're using a protractor to understand what your angle is. So you can just enter here. Here you can enter 45 and it is there. You can also make it in 2-point arc, 3-point arc. These things I will show you later. You can draw a rectangle. Click here and you can draw it freehand. If you have a specific dimension, what you can do is you can enter it here. You can enter it here, the measurements, where you can see. So I wanted 2500 by 4000 mm. Yeah, so here it is. Here you can see various options: rotated rectangle, circle. I will show you how a circle is, how you can use circle. Just click on it. Here you can see you can add the radius. You have to add it here, radius 500, and you have it. Now understanding various other aspects of the space is adding a 3D thickness to it, or you can say how to use it in the blue axis or the third axis, how to give it that axis. This is the pull button or push button. P, push or pull button. This is where you can add. You just have to click on this. The surface which you are selecting will turn into blue. So this blue surface is what is going to get selected for pulling or adding thickness or pushing. This is where you pull and this is how you push. So as you can see here, it is going into minus. These dotted lines are going into negative axis. You are going into minus level. So here you go plus, so you're pulling, and here you're going minus, you're pushing. Now giving an offset. Offset is something where you add thicknesses or something, but we will learn it about later. How can you move your, or basically stretch, move, copy, or move your model? Now what I want to do is, let us delete this first. Yeah, I want to move this rectangle. So what you can do is click on this, select a point, and you can mention here in the distance how much you want to move it, 2500, and here it is. Now if you don't do it that way, it can, if you just take it directly, also you can just put it anyhow without knowing dimensions or anything. You can just take it and turn it. Now how can you rotate this? This is the next tool, that is rotate tool. This is how. Just click on the point and rotate it. You can add the angle 45 and you have rotated it successfully. We can get into details later. Now here is how you can see what your size is, what your drawing, you can check what your measurements are in your, are they matching or you want to change it. This is 400, this is 2500. Next is a text tool. Here you can add text in your drawing. I will tell you how to do it in later videos. Here is a paint bucket. This can be used to paint or adding colors in your drawing. This also will be explained later. Orbit is one of the most important tools that you need to use here. Orbit can be used by, just use this and click your first mouse button, left mouse button, and you can move it. To understand, now we are in the negative section. As I told you, this can be used for this. Now if you want to pan it, then you have this hand. Pan is something everybody knows how to pan your model or something you're viewing. This is where you zoom in, zoom out. You can also use your scroll button, and if it's not working and you want to zoom out or zoom in, you can do this. And if you want to zoom out, the one of the things that I need to tell you is, if you are using some tool, like you are making an arc or something, and then you want to use different tool, you don't know, you do it directly, and if it is not, then you can press escape for that. So while zooming in, you did zoom and now you can't do it, so escape and then yeah, zoom out. This is the most extent it can go since it is a very small model. Now I will also explain you how you can save it or open new files and everything else, but it will be mostly in my different video. Yeah, that's all for now. Thank you. So here, after learning about different tools which you can see here, we have come till here right now. Now this is a 3D warehouse where you can download different models from online. This is extension warehouse. I'll explain it to you later what it is. Here is where you can download extensions, and I will explain it to you later what it can be used for. This is where you send a drawing to layout. As you can see in one of my old videos, in last video I had told you about what exactly a layout is, what style builder is. This is how you can send it to layout. This is the manager. Here how you download the extensions. Here is it how you manage it. Now let us see about how the basics of this drawing will be, or how the basics of this software will be in aspect to the drawing which we are going to start. So here you can, when you want to open a new drawing, you have to open file, go to the file, say new, and your drawing will be open, new workspace will be open. If you want to open someone else's old file, your old file, you go to open and go and browse through your file and open your old file. Here where you can browse through different files and then you can open the file. I'll show it to you after some time. Then you can click save and save your file, save as it is. If you have used some other software, you must be knowing how to save as template or something. Save as template is completely different, where you can, here is how you can change your background and everything and then create a template. That is what I will explain it to you sometime later in some other videos. This comes into advanced details where you can change or create something for yourself as a template or something. Sending to layout, geolocation, where you can add location, 3D warehouse, importing different files of AutoCAD or some other extension files, exporting your model, printing it, etc. Then in edit you can see the basic drawing, basic things you can do, undoing it, redoing it, and other things. Yeah. Now as you can see, if you want to draw a rectangle, as you know, you can draw it like this. And if you want to draw it into a face, like if now see, I have drawn this rectangle of 2500 to 4000, and now let us give it some thickness of 2000. Now what if you want to add a window here, or just I want a puncture here? So how will you do that? What you have to do is click here on rectangle, click on the face you want to do it on, and then draw the rectangle. Now in a model, how you can know what is a face, what is not a face, or something like that. Yeah. So this, as you can see, is this, as you can see, this is the face, this is the edge. So whenever you're when you're drawing something, this says on edge. If you can see it here, it says on edge means you are on the line, and if it says on face, you are on the face. On face means you are on this blue patch. Blue is where it represents this is the face you have selected, or this is the face you want to select. Or if you want pull, this is the face you're pulling or pushing. And yes, if you want to move a 3D object and you select move, you click on a point and then move it. But there is a problem in it. If you just select it and then do this, this is also a way to do it. But what if somewhere you just want to change this? This is what happens when you don't select everything. So if you just want to cut this face off, you can select it and press delete, or you can select the whole, you can select everything like this. You can select all the edges and delete. Now this is what will happen if you select the edges and delete. These are the lines which are created, which creates your face. So if you sometimes see that you have drawn something, like if I draw a rectangle here, and you will expect it to create a dark face which you want to push, pull, change, but no, it is not happening. Now what to do? Now this is because when you select everything, you will understand there is some point where it has not completed the boundary. So if it doesn't complete the boundary, it will not create a face for you to work on. So you need to keep it in mind that your boundaries, your drawings always need to be completely into a boundary for it to create a face. So if there is some issue, if you're not getting this face which you need, this face, then there is some issue, there is some boundary missing, and you'll have to rectify that boundary to create a face. So sometimes these things happen, and this is how you have to do it. In the last video, as you have seen how to draw a rectangle, now we will learn more about the different tools or different things that you can see here, these toolbars, these different points, what they do, what and how they are going to help you in your model. So this is the edit toolbar. Here you can undo. These are the shortcuts you can use if you want to speed up your model making skills. You need to use these shortcuts, and keep it in mind, as much as you use your shortcuts, you will be finer with using the software. So always try to use shortcuts instead of clicking on the rectangle button or something. Always use shortcuts. This is redo, undo, cut, copy, paste, paste in place. All of it is one and the same. Delete, delete guides, select all, control A. You must be knowing this. All these points are mostly used in AutoCAD and other softwares also, even Excel, Microsoft. So these are very common points which everybody knows, so I'm not going to elaborate on that. This is lock unlock, where you can lock a layer. Now about layers I will be telling you in my later videos, but layer is something where you can bifurcate your walls, your windows in different layers, and just lock one layer, and so you will be free to edit your window without touching your walls or something. Making component, making group, all of these are some advanced points which you will learn in other videos. Intersecting faces, etc. Now in view, as you can see, right now we can see only these toolbars, just for understanding. So actually in reality there are too many toolbars for you to know. So this is let us start from the beginning. When you click on the when you click on view, one second, when you click on view, just click on toolbars, and here you will get the options of which toolbars you need to see on your screen to use. So if you're making your basic practicing your basic SketchUp, you need these tools only. And if you want to just understand and learn all of it slowly, it will be better that you keep all your tools in hand, in on your screen, for you to understand. So let us start by alphabetically. This is advanced camera tools. Now these are used by model makers or view makers, or even you can use this in advanced ways when you will create a model and you want to make a view. Like if you have created a bungalow and you want to view from it from inside, just like you have taken a photo from inside. So this is how you can do that. These are the tools which you need to use for that. So these are the advanced camera tools. This can be mostly used only in advanced session or intermediate session. I'll show you some parts of it in intermediate session also. Now this is the camera. In camera, as you can see, this is the orbit. Yeah, as you can see, this is the orbit which can be used to move your model, to understand how it is, how to change it, to view your model from all angles, all sides, etc. This acts as a hand pan thing just to move your model. This is for zoom in, zoom out, as you have seen in the last few videos. Now these are a few things which have been added. So this is going to the previous camera view. So if you can see, let me draw something in for you to understand. Yeah. So as you can see now, I have come to this view and have zoomed out. So I can go to the previous view. Zoom out, go to the previous view. Here you can position your camera with respect to your model as a human or eye height, eye level. Human eye level is about 1.8 meters. Basically standard height which will be taken. So if your model is a 4-story structure or anything, this is how you can position yourself with respect to the model and understand how it will look as a person, you as a camera view of a person standing besides from that point. So this is how it will be. Just go point yourself somewhere and you can see. And then this comes. This is look around, which now you have been placed there as a human, you can look around. How by at the same eye level you can just go up, down, sideways. Now this is walk with the camera. So this is where you can place yourself inside the model and understand and make a walkthrough. So that will be coming in a later part because it will have some advanced things to be understood. Now let us know about more toolbars you need to know. Yeah, classifier, something where you can uh, define your model or change the tags you need. You can classify your components, groups, and then you can change them, you can turn them off, on, etc. Construction. Now this is something which you need very. Now this is the construction tools or something which will require necessarily to know how your model is turning out to be or whether it is correct or not. So we were learning about construction tools. This is the tape measure tool. This can be used to measure your model, whether if you have drawn a rectangle, whether it is correct according to your dimensions or not. You can see this. So just click here and then here. As you can see, you can know what your actual measurements of your model are by looking at this. whether it is correct or not. If you're drafting from looking at some plan, you can see, you can verify whether it is not or whether it is correct or not. This is where you can add dimensions. From this point to this point, it is 4134 meters mm. So you can add dimensions to make your model look like that. Also, you can also just click on the face like this line and then pull the dimension lines out. This is how you can do this. Now this is the protractor to measure angles. Now as you can see, this is a 90 degree. It should be. If I want to mark my 90 degree or 45 degree angle from here, I just need to click on this. Then this is my baseline. So now I need to enter here my angle 45, and this is the 45 degree angle. If you want it on the other side, then keep your mouse on this side like this and then enter 45. So this is how it works. This can be done whenever, if you want to create an angle, these dotted lines create as guidelines. So when you want to draw a line on this, it will follow this line. So you don't need to randomly create it. This will create a guideline for your drawings, your angular lines which you need to follow. So these act as guidelines for you to understand 45 degree. This is the line which I have to follow for 45 degree from that point. Now this can be deleted easily later. These are the text labels where you can add text. Where you can add text to the model like this. This is how you can add text explaining what your model is. This is axis. How you can add an axis to your model. This I will teach you in other videos. These are 3D text. 3D text you can place somewhere. This also I'll show it to you. So if you want, you can write, enter your give your desired bold, italic, whatever you need to do, you can change it and then place it like this. You can place it on any face. This. As you can see, wherever you need to place it, you need to place it on the face, and it will automatically take the face you need to put it on. So you don't need to rotate it or something. So let's see the next toolbar we need to learn. So let's know about the next tool we need to learn about. Drawing. Yeah, this is the drawing tool. As you know, we have seen in the old video, this is the pencil line which you can use for making lines, freehand lines, rectangles, rotated rectangles. Okay, what is a rotated rectangle? A line is where you can use it to draw a line like this. If you have not understood what the blue, red or blue line, or this green line, or this red line, or this blue, red, green lines represent, it is actually the axis. As you can see here, the red axis shows your line getting locked to this line parallel to this red axis, x-axis. And this green line shows your line locked to the layer of, or to the parallel to the y-axis or the green axis, x and y, x, y. So what does the blue axis do? Blue axis is the line where you can just, as you take your line straight upwards, it gives you the z axis, or you can say the third axis to your drawing. So if you want to draw a line straight up into the third dimension, this is how you need to do it. When your line goes into a blue axis or blue line, it means you are on third axis, or you're on z axis. So freehand we have worked on in earlier video also. Rectangles as also we have seen how to draw them. Draw a rectangle, give your desired dimensions here, and it will be created 4500, comma 2000, and yeah, this is ready. So what is a rotated rectangle? A rotated rectangle is somewhere you can make an angle, give an angle to your rectangle and then fix it that way. So let us see how you can do that. Now this is the protractor tool which we have seen in the previous construction toolbar. I have fixed my axis on red axis, and here's how you can do that. Now I just need to give the so this also works in angles. Like if you want your rectangle, if you want to make a roof or something, you need to draw it like this. For the details, I'll give it to you later. What are the details you need to follow for this? This is the circle, uh, getting a point and then giving the specific radius. Then this is the tool where you can make polygon or a hexagon. So you need to mention what number of sides you want. So currently this is a hexagon, and I have done inscribed radius, which I'll give 2500, and it is ready. You can also mention the number of sides. So once you click on this, here as you can see, sides. So here it is already given 6. So you can just change it to 10 and then give 2500. This is an arc. You can draw an arc this way according to your desired angle, desired notions, however you need to be, your angle needs to be. These are the 2-point arcs which you have learned in geometry. So as you can see, we are following the red line, we are on the red axis, we are in the plane. You can also do it in the third axis where you go like this, and now you are in blue axis. So using the orbit, you can see how it is looking. Okay, so this is the 3-point arc. As you know, if you have worked in AutoCAD, you must be knowing what a 3-point arc is. Or if you have done geometry, you must be knowing what a 3-point arc is. So let us draw the 3-point arc, and this is how it's done. You can mention the angle, you can change it, draw according to what you desire it to be. So this is a pie. Yeah, it just creates the face. Now where in the arc you need to just draw the arc, and then you need to align it according to your desire. But here in the pie you will get it already with the face, so that is the difference. Now let us see to the next toolbar, dynamic components. Now what are dynamic components? These are very advanced tools which will be explained thoroughly in advanced video, or some parts will be explained in intermediate video. So I will just give you a brief about what this exactly does. So this is where you interact with the dynamic components. When we create a component, you need to click this and then you can change it. These are the component options. When you create many components in your model, you can click on the component you have created. You get the list of the components you have created. You can select on it and directly delete it or edit it. This is where you can see the list of the components and give attributes to it, give specifications to your component. So let us move to the next toolbar, edit. Yeah, this is the edit toolbar. Now what does an edit toolbar do? In an edit toolbar, this is the move. So what you can do is select your drawing and then click on move, and this will help you move it. Red axis, green axis, blue axis. If you want to see, this is how blue axis moves your complete model upwards. This is the push and pull. We have seen it in the recent video also. This is pulling and this is pushing. Whenever you select the face which is blue is the one which is selected for you to click on and pull it or push it. So as you can see, this is the face selected. So this is the face you will be pushing or pulling, giving a depth, adding some thickness. This is the rotate command which you can select to rotate something. Yeah, these things happen when you don't select it. Since we have selected only the edges, the face is always connected to the edge and it will move or change according to your lines. So when you want to rotate something, select everything, click on rotate, lock your edge which you need to follow, and then you can give an angle. You need to rotate it on here 45. This is how. Once again you can see this. Select the protractor, lock your point you need to move it with, and then give an angle 55. So this is the follow me tool which I will be showing it to you in intermediate videos, which is one of the advanced tools which you need to learn about. Scaling. Yeah, scaling is where you can scale your model. If you have worked in AutoCAD or in some field which needs scale and everything, you will understand what needs to do to scale your drawing, why you need to scale your drawing. So if here I draw a rectangle, I have given some thickness. Now just click on scale, and these are the ways you can scale it. These are the different points which helps you scale it. Always select middle point to use it, because this is how it will be easier. If you select this, then as you can see, you're losing the proportion of the rectangle you need to draw. These are the points you are holding to scale your rectangle. So this will not, this will only move your rectangle or scale your rectangle to the from the point you need to do it on. Then this is the offset. If you know, for you to give wall offset, you need to just click on the line face, uh, mention the offset amount you need to do, 230 length. Yeah, so the offset is created. This command is also used in AutoCAD, so you must be knowing if you use the software. This is how you can give a depth, and this is somehow a model created by you if you want, by using basic tools, offset and everything. So this is how you can add walls. This is what is used to do these things. Let us see the next toolbar. Yeah, let us move to the layers toolbar now. Layers is something you will, layers is where you can add your walls. Select all these. Now I have selected these. Put it in layers, give or change layers. If you have used AutoCAD, SketchUp, AutoCAD, you will know what layers are. You can give the layer of wall as, you can use layers to differentiate and bifurcate your model and use it differently, and this will help you to make the model easily, and it will not affect your other faces. And since, see, if you select here and delete this, everything goes away. So if you have worked on layer, you can just turn off the layer and you can do whatever changes you need to do with the floor, just turning off the wall layer. I will teach you how to add and change layers or use layers in my next video. So location, this also comes into advanced video because this is where you can add a location to your model. If you are an architect or an engineer, you must be knowing, you need to add a sun path, so you can add shadows according to the sun path, and this is how you can do that. Adding your Google Earth location to your model is how you will understand the specifications of the area, and you can use it inside your model also. So let us know about the next toolbar. Yeah, measurements. Measurements is this where, as you can see, you have seen it here. This you can place it somewhere you need to be, and this is called measurements toolbar. Principle. Now this is the principal toolbar. This is called principal toolbar because these are the main toolbars which we mostly use, that is the mouse. Now the problem is when you're using a line, you don't know. Now I'm drawing a line, I want to get out of this line command. I don't know how to do it, right? If you press escape, it will happen. And sometimes what happens is you get confused, you are not able to understand what to do. You can space bar also to do that. If you're not able to use your keyboard, then you can use this mouse. Click on this mouse button and yes, you will be out of your command which you're using. Paint bucket is how you use this paint bucket to give different colors. I will show it to you in detail and explain you all of these surfaces, what it is, how you can do this, how you can use this tray for painting, and how you can do that. I will explain it in detail. Then this is the eraser. As you know, you can erase, delete whatever lines you need to delete. So this is how you can do it. The points selected in blue are the ones which are selected by the eraser. Yeah. So let's move to the next toolbar. Sandbox. This is one of the advanced and some parts of mostly advanced tools which you will be using. These are used, sandbox tools are used for creating contours, adding contours from scratch, creating contours, Google Earth, stamping your Google Earth map on that, using your contours, intersecting it with your model, and all everything and anything which is related to contours or giving something various angles or draping something like that. This is where you will use these tools, and all of it comes in advanced tool. So uh, let us move to the next toolbar which you need to know. So, yeah, so this is the section toolbar. Section toolbar is something, section toolbar is where you can draw or use this toolbar to draw sections or make section of your model. This I will explain it to you how you can do it in advanced, not advanced, intermediate videos. So these are the various tools and sections. So let's see the next toolbar which is there. Yeah, shadows. These are, I'm clicking on the shadows toolbar. This is the shadow toolbar which is used to add shadows. So just click here and you will get a shadow. Now these are the different editing tools how you can edit your shadow, which I'll show you in my intermediate video. Uh, and some parts I will explain it to you in this video too, uh, here also. So this actually depicts the month and this is the time, so you can change it. How to use that I will be showing it to you in the other videos. So let's move to the next toolbar. Yeah, standard toolbars. These are also something which are mostly used. Yeah, these are the standard tools. Here you can open the new model. Here you can start a new model, open a existing model which we have seen here in file also. But this is a toolbar which you can just keep it here on the side just to use it instead of clicking on file and everything. This is where you can save. This is undo, printing option, and this is where you can know the model info, the information of what model you are working on. So let's move to the next toolbar. Styles. So these are the toolbars which will be shown in your intermediate video. Uh, these are used for giving a kind of a look to your model or giving different textures, how to know whether it is not, using different styles like this. Now where and why we use which style, I'll be explaining it to you later. Let's see the next toolbar. Views. Yeah, this is the toolbar which will be used mostly by everybody for to get the views of the model which you have done. Yeah. So this is the isometric view. So you can just, you need to click your, instead of just orbiting around your model to get the exact view you need, you can just click on this and you can get an isometric view, and then pan it. Just pan it and it will be the yeah. So this is the top view. Here you can see the different elevation views, front, side, back, left side. So since we have not done anything on this model, it feels empty, but when you use your model, you can use these points to understand your views, or just taking these views and you can know how it is going to look. So yeah, that's all with the toolbars which you need to know. Yeah, we have gone through all the toolbars. Now let us see what the next tab we need to learn about. So in toolbars, we have seen so many toolbars, and what they have, how they help us, and many toolbars you will be learning in detail in next videos. Now this is the hidden geometry. So let us draw something for you to know what I'm explaining now. So as you can see, there is a depth here. I have given some depth here. Yeah. So what is hidden geometry is, in view, if you click on hidden geometry, the lines inside will get inside the model will get hidden. So that is called as hidden geometry. This can be also seen here like this. And then if you move this like this, yeah. So yeah, let us see the next point. Section planes. As you have seen in the section toolbar in toolbar video, this interacts with the same toolbar, so I'll be explaining it later. This is all the same, the section, the guides and everything. Shadows, we have seen how it works and not. Fog is where you, if you have made a model and you want to add some fog into it, these are some things which have been added. So yeah, let us move forward. Now edges, these are the edges in a model. As you know, this is called the edge. These are the edges. This is the face. So if you turn off the edges, this is how your model will look. Now if you can see, you must be thinking, why are these edges not off? Because then these are the profiles. Since you are having this view, how will you understand that there is a depth here or something like that? If you move here, so you can see this. So this, if you look at this, you can see this creates a profile. These lines will help you understand that there is a depth here. So that is why that is called profile. In edge style, you can just turn off profiles, and now you have no lines. You will see no lines. You can see the plain model. Sometimes when your rendering option is not available, you can just turn off the edges and use this as your rendered model, and yes, it will have a really nice look on your model. Yeah, let us turn the edges on, profiles also on. Now if you can see, what are the back edges? Back edges are the hidden geometry which I was explaining earlier. If you just get inside the model, you will see, there is a thickness, right? These are the inside lines, the thickness which is there. So when you go and click on edge style and back edges, you will see these lines in dotted. So here you can see how deep it is. When you are making a model, you will need these things. When you have many rooms attached to each other and you don't know whether there is a window here, from outside you feel that there is a window inside or something like that, if there is a column or not, you can just turn on the back edges and you can understand what is going on inside your model. Here, when you see from here, you know there are edges here, there will be edges here, so you know exactly what is going on inside your model and not just from outside. Now depth Q. Depth Q is when you give it, it gives line thicknesses. It adds a kind of a profile and edges, and which gives a kind of depth to your model. Not exactly, but just in form of lines. These are the extensions. Extension is something which is not much used. So extension is where at this point you can see some small point going out, which is mostly not desired. As you can see, when your extension point is off, there's nothing like that. It's plain. See, this is completely plain, a clean model. So next is face style. This is where you know that X-ray. This is how you can, in X-ray mode, you can see exactly what is going on inside. This gives you a half transparency. Wireframe is where you can only, your face will turn completely transparent, so you will see only the edges or lines. Hidden line, one and the same thing. So here in hidden line, what changes is only the edges or the face profile, as we had seen in edges part. The profile lines are darker as compared to the other lines, other edge lines. So this is light, this is light, this is dark. Okay. So the next is shaded. Here it is giving part transparent, part opaque, some different kind of look. Shaded with texture. Shaded with textures this is the shaded one. When you give it shaded with textures, the difference is, now let us see. Now I have given some color to this. Okay. Now let us see what happens when we use shaded. Just a second. Shaded with textures and then monochrome. This is the difference. These are the different textures you can give. As you can see, I have used only this I have given roofing texture. This is one of the different textures. These are only colors. So now you will understand what happens in face style shaded. So this is shaded, As you can see, the texture is gone, only the color is seen. In shaded with textures, you can see the color with textures on it, and the colored part is still there. And when you go into monochrome, yeah, it turns all white. Okay, yeah. So in component edit is where we work in components, and we'll be seeing it in intermediate videos. Animation is where you can add scenes and create an animated video or a walkthrough video of your own model, which we'll see in intermediate video. So let's move to the next tab, that is camera. So let us go to the previous. Yeah, we have seen all this, the standard views. If you don't want so many toolbars here, you can use this, you can use the tab also to go through all that. So if you are an architect, or if you have worked in drawing or views or anything, you must be knowing what a parallel projection is. So this is where, if you know, yeah, this is how parallel, when you draw something, you must be knowing what parallel projection must be. When you have a perspective, you have 2-point perspective, and this is where it goes parallel perspective view. This is needed in many engineering models or architecture models also. This is a perspective view. Yeah. And this is the 2-point perspective view. 2-point perspective view is different, since you are just having that point and everything. Yeah, this is the 2-point perspective. So where your model is always in alignment to the perspective. Here you can add a photo and insert it on the model. This is not majorly not used by people. These are the other tools we have seen till now. This is the field of view. As you have seen, zoom in, zoom out. Yeah. Positioning your camera, walk, look around. These all we have seen in the toolbars, which we can also use it from this tab. Now let's move to the next. Lines, L, freehand, as you know. These are the different tools which we have seen already. Shapes, contours, etc. Since we have gone through all this, I'll move to the next tab. Yes, we can go forward with the next tab, that is tools. Here you can select by, and if you can see on the right hand side, there are some little letters given. These are the shortcuts for your for using that command or something. So these are the shortcuts you can use. So tools, select is the mouse button which you will use for selecting something. Eraser stands for E, so once you press E, there will be an eraser toolbar already there. So the how to use shortcuts is, you just need to press the alphabet that is mentioned as the shortcut. So if I enter B, so here is it. P stands for paint bucket. So paint bucket is this. Here you can give different materials or different patterns to your 3D model. As such, if let us see how to use that. Yeah, so there are many materials here like asphalt and concrete, which you can use for road, for showing something like concrete material, brick sliding, brick cladding, everything. So how to use is just select on the material you need to apply, select here, and then apply it to the face you want to color. So yeah, like this. I have selected this brick basket texture. I just, yeah, and it's done. So there are many materials, carpets, uh, different colors, as you can see. Yeah, you can even increase the size of the palette you need to see. Different shades of colors. You have translucent shades also. So this is where it is used when you want to show a glass. So let us show a glass or a window here. Now this is what I want my glass to be. Yeah. So this is translucent. As you can see, I can see inside from here. This is opaque, this is glass. So these are different shades of glass. Different types of glass. Vegetation, fencing. So fencing is something very innovative. You can explore all these materials in your model while practicing. So fencing, if you want to show fencing, let us show a fence here. Yeah, let us select this straight metal fence. Give a thickness, paint it with fence material, and then you just have to add it. Now, as you can see, you can see that it has been painted on one side and other side, but still, why is it not transparent or translucent or something? So for that, what these are some errors you need to solve. So if this happens, what you have to do is get inside the model. Here, as you can see from inside, the inner faces of the model are not painted. That is why again you have to select it here. And yes, your fence is ready. You can avoid these mistakes by just making it into a group. Yeah. Just select all, get inside and paint it again. And you have your fence which is transparent. So yes. We have many types of textures for ground cover, vegetation, grass, stone, landscaping. These textures can be used by anybody for their model. You can create textures also. Yes, that is something which we'll learn in next other videos, is how to create your own material. So no, it is never like this that okay, only these patterns are available, so I have to use them. Now what if you have a pattern with you? What if you have a type of brick texture which you need to use and it is not available in this? So yes, you can create your own materials, and I will be showing it to you after some time in some other videos. So this is roofing, granite, stone materials. surfaces, tiles, different tiles. Yeah, this is one of the things which everybody likes to explore as such. So if you are showing swimming pool or some kind of water body, you can't show a glass pattern there. It will be looking very weird. So if you show a glass there, it will not look as you want. So what you can do is you can use this water, sparkling water kind of thing. Yeah. So this gives you the feel of actual water. Different shades, different patterns. You can use any one of them. Window coverings, these are the shades which you use inside. Wooden textures. Yeah, that's all. This is how you can use paint bucket. So the next is move. M is the shortcut for move. Rotate. Q is the shortcut for rotate. Scale. Now scale. How to use scale? Scaling is, let us know how to use scale. So let us draw a rectangle. Now I want to scale this. So I go to scale. Yeah, this will scale your model. Choosing two endpoints, two opposite points, you can scale your entire model. But what if you want to scale it, just stretch it from one side and not from just from the whole model, just you want to stretch it, so you can use these points. These points are basically vertical vertices or something, so these points will help create the model. So if you choose this and then stretch it, see, this gives you the freedom to play with the model however you want to change it, use it, reduce it, increase it. You can play with your model with this, change it after you have created it. Push and pull, P. For this, the shortcut is P. Follow me is one of the advanced commands I'll be teaching you later. Offset. Offset is used by mostly it will be used by architects or engineers for using. If you want to give thickness, just select 50. Okay. 0.15. Yeah. This is how. Outer shell is one of outer shell solid tools. These are some of the advanced commands which you will be learning later. Tape measure, T. You have seen tape measure, how to use it. You can use it to measure this, how much it is, to cross check with your drafted plans or just to know how your model is going. Now tape measure can also be used for making construction lines. So if I know that I want I want to make some fence here or a window here at 0.3 or 0.45, so just now the problem is sometimes you just whenever you go take tape measure, you don't know whether this will come or not. So if you want now, when I go and select on this line, there will be on edge. You can see that it is written on edge. Now you have to enter your length here and it will come. So if you want a vertical one, go on the edge of the whichever vertical line you can see, go on that side and then you have to just click on it. Yeah. So you can do it on this face also. Just click on the edge you want it to be parallel to, line you want it to be parallel to, like this. protractor. You have seen access, how to use access, how to give access. Yeah. Dimensions, as we have seen how to use them. Text, 3D text section plane, camera tools. Yeah, let's move to the next tab, window. Here actually you can see default tray. These are the different trays which you can where you can make your workspace visible, like show tray. This is the show tray. So tray will be visible. Rename your tray. As you can see, whenever you click here, you see default tray written. So you can change this name there. Then the entity info. Entity info is whenever you select something. Yeah. Whenever you select something, yeah, as you can see, 21 entities, layers, everything is shown. Yeah, 5 entities. Yeah, yes. As you can see, these are the edges. It is written here what these are 4 edges. Now, if I select this, this is the face. There are 2 faces. One is from the outside, one is from the inside. That is why there are two shown here. So this gives you the information of what you have selected. So this will help you if you are in beginner's stage. So you will understand what you're doing, what you have selected. If you have a doubt, you are free to ask any questions. And when you ask a question, you will know what to ask because you will be knowing this is an edge, this is the face, this is what I have selected. You will understand how to name what you want to say. Now these are the materials. As you can see in default tray, whatever you want to, different components, different tabs, what do you want to see, this you can, yeah. Default tray, entity info, you have it there. So you can reset your default tray here. You can change whatever you want in your tray. Materials, I want materials in my default tray. Then I can add components. How to use components, I'll tell you later. Then I can add styles. These are different styles you can use. Then these are layers, different layers. If you want, you can use this also. So here you can personalize your default tray by adding the tabs you will be using daily or you will be using always. You need it always with you, so you can put it in your default tray, which will always be there. So these are some of them. Outliner, soften edges, anything we want, you can add and subtract. So yeah, next, managing trays. As you can see, you have one default tray, and if you want, you can add new trays, and you can add and change it according to whatever you need it there. So this can be useful when you are very used to making models and you need to personalize your workspace. You need to personalize what you're working on. If you're working on interiors, you'll be needing materials and everything here. If you're working on a 3D architecture model, on planning stage, you will be needing smoothing or that kind of tools here. Or you might be needing components here or layers just to keep your walls, windows, all of them in different layers. So you will be needing that. So you can even personalize your trays according to that and manage them here. So here you can create new tray. Model info. Yes. So as you can see, this is the model info. Model info is somewhere you can understand what your workspace is exactly and you can change it. So these are the different things you will know in model info. So if you have added scenes, you can create an animation here. So these are the settings for creating that animation. Classifications are different details. You can go into classifications, which is not needed for us right now. Components, when you will start learning components in groups, this is where you can change or know the main setting is of components. Credits, these are the this is the credit for who is creating the model, so you can add claim credit here, and then for that you will need to sign in. Yeah, okay. So dimensions, here you can change the setting of your dimensions. As you have seen, if I give dimension, you can see it is light, it might not be visible. If you can change the setting of that from here, you have all the font, you can change the color of the font, you can change the size and everything. I'll show you how to do that after some time. Yeah, this is the file. Whenever you save the file, your location will be shown here, what it is, where it is saved, alignment and everything. These are the file settings. Geolocation is where you want your model to be located. So if you have a model and you have a location of where it is, you can add it from here. You will have to you will need the longitude and latitude, as in Google Earth location link you will need for that. And yes, you can add your exact location of what your model is, and this will help with the shadows. As your shadows at north, it will help with that. Rendering can be used for rendering, as you know, but SketchUp doesn't allow rendering in itself. You will have to use different other party software for rendering, and this will help with it. Statistics, okay, so this will give you complete list of what your materials you have used, how many edges are there, how many dimensions are there. As you can see, one dimension, materials are used, layers, components, styles, edges are 72, faces are 30. So yeah, text details, text settings. As you can see, this was the dimension setting, this was the dimension setting, this is the text setting. Units, here you can change your units to meter, from meter to mm, from decimal to architecture, that is inches. Here you can change it to decimal, engineer, fractional, feet, inches. So right now I'll keep it in decimal and meters. Angle units is for the precision of angles. If you're giving an angle and you have given 45 degrees, you can write 45.5 because of this. If you want detailed angle you want to give, then you can select this, and then while giving angle you can add 45.303 or 45.35. You can add that, and this will give you the, well, giving dimensions, this will give you this precise dimension according to the units. As you can see, there are 3 zeros here. Yes. So let's move to the next one, preferences. Yeah, these are preferences, as in these are the details settings which will not be used by beginners currently. So this is accessibility. You will be learning about all this in advanced stage. 3D warehouse. 3D warehouse is somewhere where you can download different models. which you can use as a block. These are for your blocks, so you can download it from here. If you have made a flat, you want to add some furniture into it, you can download it from here and you can insert it in your model. Now the problem is, if you have downloaded your software from online, it must be trial software. So when you are on trial software, you can use 3D warehouse directly. So you can use 3D warehouse directly. Otherwise, it is best that you go into your Google Chrome and then type 3D warehouse. Like, go through Google Chrome, go to the 3D warehouse site, and from there you can download and directly insert. If you go from here, you will need to sign in, and it might cause a problem, or you will have to just buy the pro version, which will be costly if you know. So it depends on how you use it. So these are extension warehouses. Extensions I'll be telling you later. Extension manager, Ruby console. Ruby console is actually, this can be used by IT professionals. You can add, give coding and change or personalize your SketchUp in this. Extension manager is where you can, this is how you can manage your extensions. Component options, component attributes. When you learn components, these both will be helping with your settings of that. So help is where you can go when you are stuck somewhere, or you don't know what to do, or you have any doubt. Welcome to SketchUp. This will help you. Okay, so help center. This is help center. Here you can ask as many questions as you want. Find your answer. So let us see how to use it. You just need to ask a question. How to change units. Here you will find different kinds of articles on what your doubt is. So this is contact us. You can send them something if you're stuck, if your model was lost, you can contact them from there. This is the license. So if you have brought a license, you can add it here. If you have brought your SketchUp Pro, then here you go and you add your license, and this is how here you enter your serial number and then you add your license. Okay, so then this is where you check for your update. So as your SketchUp gets updated, this we are using SketchUp Pro 2018 or 17. So currently 2019 has already come. 2020 has already come. So you can see whether your system, and the next you can check your system. This is about SketchUp, what you're using, which software you're using. Okay, that's all. Today we are going to learn how to start a model, or how to create a model from a reference image or a reference file you want to make a model from, like a plan which you will use to create a 3D model of. So let us go to file, importing the image type. So while importing, you have seen what I've done. If you want me to go slower, I'll just show you step by step. Go to file, click on import. Then you can change which kind of file you want: SketchUp, 3D Max file, Collada files, different kind of files you have, Photoshop file, everything. So I want a JPEG image file. So and this is my image. Import. You have to just place it wherever you want. So I have placed it at origin, and now you have to scale it. So as you can see, by approximately have scaled it. Now you can check whether it is correct or not. So if you can see, this is 2.5 by 3.6. You can see by measurement tool. Tape measure. No, it is not. It is just 0.67. So you need to scale it. So for scaling, I'll go to scale. If you use CAD, you must be thinking why I'm not using reference to scale. So the problem is in SketchUp, you will have to do it as approximate. You can't use it as, because if you have set this as origin, it will move when you scale it. So it is of no use if you set an origin or reference to scale. You will have to scale it like this. So or you can just enter an amount how to scale it. Set an origin, and here you can set 0.99. So this is how you have to adjust scaling it. 0.98. Let us see whether it is somewhat nearby. So now we can start. Now you can use this as your reference image and start. So you can start by drawing lines, reference lines. You will not get a point here because since this is an image, you will have to use it like this. Yeah. So yes. Whenever you are on the green line, as have shown you in the other videos, green is where the green axis or y axis, as you know, red is the x axis, and z, that is the blue axis, is when you go 3D mode. Yeah. So let us draw the outlines. So here we have created it. Yeah. So as you can see, since it was a closed one, we created a face, but because when we created a face, we couldn't see the plan below. That is why I have deleted the face. Now what you can do is, you can give the offset, that is the wall offset, by pressing, yeah. Here it is. Now you have given the offset. So if still the face is not created here, so you can just, yeah. So your outer wall is ready. Inner wall also you can start by like this. You can also do and make an offset by selecting lines. So as you can see, I have selected this line, and then I go into tools, offset. Yeah. As you can see, just erase these small lines and then, yeah, this is a complete face. You can give the height. I think there's some kind of error here. I don't know. Yeah. So as you can see, we can give thickness by we want our height to be 3 meters. So here it is 3 meters. So what if you want this plan to be above, so you can use it as reference? You just select on the plan, select on the point, and follow the face you want to move it. So if I want to move it on this side, I'm following the red line. Up it goes, and yeah. Now you will be needing reference lines to make door window openings, right? So here here is where your tape measure comes to work. Go to tools, tape measure T. Go to this point. In plan, you will understand. These are the construction lines, which are also known as guides. So from here you can delete all your guides. You don't need to select each and every line and delete it. So this is for the door. We also need a window here since it is not shown. Yeah, this is why we couldn't see the plan clearly. These minute changes. Just a second. Yeah, or you can do one more thing. Actually, it is on the same face. So, or you can do one more thing. Let's delete this face and start again. So, door, window, one more window, now these are the reference lines, vertical reference lines you will use. You can directly use vertical reference lines also. So once you have created vertical reference lines, you can delete the horizontal ones. Now giving the height. So tools, again tape measure. So windowsill will be 900, that is 0.9. Door will be 2.1. Same here, 0.9, 2.1. For window we can take it to 2.4. Same here, 2.4. So window, select on rectangle, select the point, next point, and you have a rectangle here. Now what you have to do is go to push and push it into the wall to the last face. Yeah, so if you are getting an error like this, yeah, you can see what has happened is when you go inside your model, you can see it has gone beyond. It has gone beyond. So this will, sorry, just 1 second. Yeah, if you want to see what the error is, yeah, when you pull it, sometimes you might not understand and it has gone so far and you don't know. You delete this till you can see this. Now if you delete this, the whole thing will get deleted. So what to do? So at this time you just select, push, and whenever you get this, yeah, on face, and you select, so you get your puncture. So here also same, we will follow the same formula. Door, for door, yeah, push, slowly, offset, yeah, same formula, push. Now there is a shortcut to it. What you can do is you can do double click. Yeah, you will continue it on the other side also. Just vertically also you can directly start by this. You can directly take vertical references instead of taking horizontal ones and then vertical, then again horizontal. Yeah, point 0.9, 0.4, if you want to know what I have done here is I just double clicked and it has done. These are the few shortcuts you can use. So double click, double click, double click. I forgot this was a window. So here we're done. Now let's go to the other side. Now you can also draft by looking at your plan print and start making construction lines. You can add a dimension here for making the construction line. So I want it at 2 meters, so 2 meters. R. Double click. Okay. Yeah. So here it is. We have our plan here. I can take this back down. As you can see, I had deleted the face from above. You can create it again just by creating simple lines and so we also have a door here from inside. So what you can do is the same formula, vertical construction lines. We have a door here also. Vertical construction line, vertical guide, 2.1, So if you want to know how I'm orbiting through this so easily, you don't need to go and continuously select here and do that. You can use your scroll button. Scroll as in the wheel in between your mouse. That is the scroll button. You can press it and you get the orbit. Yeah, like this. So yeah, let's continue. Yeah, so if you want to know what I'm doing right now is when you click on control, you will be selecting, having a corner. If you want, you can take it as center aligned. So as you can see, yeah, a corner, a center, like this. Okay, so same here. Let us go to edit and delete guides here. Now as you can see, this face is white, this is brown, this is gray, this is gray. So we can get all of it in same color. So select everything, go to tools, paint bucket, colors, white. Yeah. So we have a complete white model now.